Hello, everybody! Hope you didn't miss us or your first time tuning in. We are here sitting with the Paris Eternal, blessing us with the holy gift of a 5v5 workshop code provided by Elo Hell Workshop. We're going to be combining them together. And what is that? A tryout match to where you'll be able to see two teams go at it. I'm username underscore Intel, and this is Ocean.
Yeah, we're going to get to see some new heroes here on Hollywood. We're going to see some of the Mercy reworks that we have on this workshop. And we're also going to get to see some, in particular, Doomfist action and echo changes as well. And we're a little bit of a fresh mindset, a bit of optimism going into Overwatch.
Yeah, I feel like Bane during the second Batman movie. He's like, "Ah, I was born in the patch notes, Batman." You know, just
I've never watched Batman, and
Oh!
I'm gonna guess that was a really bad impression as well, user. I'm a little
bit disappointed. How are you gonna call me out and still not know the show? I mean, the movie.
I'm still calling you out. That was pretty poor. That was dismal.
Oh, okay. Well, look. All right, let's be a little happy. Someone special is now in the game. No leaks, because we don't have any either way. It's interesting to see. No Lucio, rather this Mercy. And Mercy's gotten a change that I think is absolutely significant and changes the way you look at her.
Oh my, let's talk about Mercy. So, no Resurrect. No Resurrect. That's gone, right? Some people think Resurrect's fun or whatever. Let's talk about her new ability in this workshop code called Angelic Blessing. This allows you to give soul, described in the patch notes, to one of your friends, one of your allies, and that will allow them to Guardian Angel to one of your other teammates, or maybe Guardian Angel to yourself. Maybe we'll get to see that in action in a second.
Yeah, they're just taking a quick early fight. There was already a scenario where it's going to be a 4v5, and now losing your mech is going to be a big issue. This Doomfist has no room to be able to play this game without getting those one-shot kills, and you're already seeing how infinitely weaker Doomfist is as a solo character. But look at that, Zenyatta being able to show up. Fun fact, Mercy has less overall healing the longer that you sit there and try to heal the same target. So you're slowly seeing those shields kind of come back, not at a very fast rate. And it is a little bit frustrating because you can't really sit there and pocket that Zenyatta anymore. It's more of just, who are you going to sit there? Even if that damage boost is reliably kind of increasing the damage, it's slowly kind of lowering down the longer that it sits on that same target.
Yeah, so what means you do, you're a little bit more flexible with what target you pocket and who you help out at certain moment. Also, we just saw the Zenyatta use the Guardian Angel to get to the high ground, and I absolutely love it.
I absolutely have to agree. I mean, sure, this Doomfist is going to be picked out, stuck inside the enemy's backline, but that brings a new kind of style to the gameplay. Mercy feels more, I don't want to say stronger, but more useful in any sort of scenario, because as long as their Zenyatta is able to just fly up to them with any fear, Doomfist basically having two abilities to fly. Look at that. The red team's own Zenyatta gets that angel effect and then gets poked out but not feeling scared. Doesn't even have to try to escape. Already going out, we're going to be seeing that Doomfist get extremely melted, though they are stuck inside the wrong area.
Yeah. Seems like starting to slow down. We are seeing both backlines under pressure. Zenyatta falls onto the high ground and has it contested. I wonder if you can Guardian Angel and Trance. I'm not too sure about that one yet.
Oh my goodness, that would be a terrifying ability. Just imagine how fast you'd be able to do. And more things. This isn't a map where you can like fall off the edge too. So as red team are kind of just increasingly pushing into the blue side, there isn't going to be a scenario where they are going to fall off the map. Mercy gives them a boot, gives them the soul, and then they fly back.
That's a very creative scenario. Is that one that you find in your plat games a lot?
Yes, as a Mercy player myself, you know, it's something, but we're seeing this Doomfist go in for that aggression. A really good way to already start denying the high ground, though, not going to be able to take any kill. Has to just luckily find out Zenyatta somehow with, you know, hitbox range with this Diva 1v1. We're just seeing who the true pickup is going to be. It's going to be par 05 in my true opinion. I don't know who they are, but they seem to know what they're doing.
In a very unfair Diva 1v1, that's what decides who gets picked up. I love it. Oh my god, that was super hard.
Yeah, look at that! Zenyatta just flies into the air. Zen didn't even look at the Mercy. They just automatically flew.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And then part double O1 goes down as well. I love this. Obviously, PIR cards and stand for Paris, so that's how he knows. Truly the Paris Eternal Giant. Oh, that's Zenyatta flying in the air to avoid the doomfist. I put a massive smile on my face.
Oh my goodness, you know, I can't wait to see this Twitter rant going out, how Doomfist is being ruined in 5v5. Now they have to touch this point if they want to stop it from being captured, as that Doomfist just goes high in the air, less to find a punch, but more to find a dive. We're seeing this stall go out, but it's just not enough, as the Torbjorn wants to be able to walk in. Not really getting too many changes either. Torb is perfect as they are, however, they are still not a solo carry potential type of character.
Yeah, alright. Let's talk about how this next fight might play. Like, just, well, we've kind of already got a lot of information about how the different hero reworks are kind of affecting the game. Got a little bit of information about how these teams can operate. Let's talk about how this team fight might play out. Right, so your blue team has both of your support ultimates. You got a lot of flexibility in what you want to do in this team fight. Nothing really to go win the team fight with. I mean, you just want to kind of set up your team against players. Let's watch how our Doomfist player, casting cards. Let's watch how the Tracer pops off for the blue team in this next team fight.
Yeah, something we haven't pointed out is the fact that Zen also has a visible scene when they are charging their volleys, so at least you don't have to predict it. You can kind of just see where it's coming from or where that Zenyatta is because it's a giant glow. And as somebody who has to wear glasses, you know, that hurts my eyes. It's so bright, but it's still so good. They managed to take out that Doomfist with the Tracer trying to just dive closer into the backline, but they're having a lot of trouble. So this bomb thrown with the Guardian Angel, they're not going to be able to fly up, but they are managing to kind of boost them away, immediately get that free remake, and now they can continue to scope into the fight. I wonder if that Guardian Angel kind of moves off after you switch to a target, but it seems that that's not really going to be a question because the Zenyatta is just going to take our attention with this Transcendence that allows the team to move forward. And now they're looking to try to take this Mercy out as much as possible. And, you know, I see a lot of people complaining how hard it is to kill Mercy in the base game, so it's absolutely insane just to see them being able to give it to other characters.
Yeah, that rock punch has a lot more reloading than I expected.
It's so nice.
I did not think you'd be able to do that in one kind of fell swoop. It'd be interesting to see if Doomfist gets something like that in one of the reasons. Of course, it's just the workshop code. I mean, I actually would like to see a lot of these changes we see in the workshop code in the actual game. I think it's pretty interesting. Both TPS time for the blue team as our team's going to push forward here into the next team fight. They don't really have any ultimate to rely on. So, I mean, maybe that Valkyrie, they could charge that up, that might give them a little bit of an advantage.
Yeah, also, it's really interesting. We get to see which characters have the Guardian Angel over them. For a second, we saw that Baby Diva had the ability. I'm sure the enemy team can't see that when it's just us. That's still a really nice feature. But you are right. Doomfist is only able to start punching up, not down, and that mobility is absolutely insane. But they've decided to go out with the Genji. There is a small change going out when it comes to the Bob. No longer going to be building that ult charge while you're using it, meaning Ash is just getting kind of more value shooting than kind of saving and then immediately shooting. So it's less Bob overall, but I know that hurts some of you. But it really doesn't matter that much when the fight is committing it, and the Tracer is doing as much, if not more. They do get this Valk, meaning that they are going to get this damage boost to choose to kind of move and play that aggression. They want to try and take out Paro 1 before that Transcendence comes out, and they manage to find it just perfectly. However, we do see 16 just moving in, wanting to try to clip as many people as possible, walking in, just not going to be able to escape from that Diva bomb. Red side is going to be struggling. They need to capture this point, but they don't have the squad to be able to do so. And now look, Blade is prepared.
Oh, let's set up those Dragon Blade, shall we? Right, of course. We talked about Dragon Blade changes earlier when you can't get that nano boost. I think that applies. So you could still damage boost your Dragon Blade with Mercy. So that's gonna be interesting. Let's see how blue team sets up that Dragon Blade, and in retrospect, how the red team deals with this Dragon Blade.
Hey, it already looks like they are once again going to be struggling without that Transcendence to fully counter and having the Transcendence of your own to enable it. We just see them walk in, get the clip. Though the C9 is happening, they are going to immediately touch. They were just barely close enough to be able to go there and feel a little bit confident to have that recontest. But I don't really think anyone is going to kind of sit there and go back onto the point. The only person who has a chance is going to be that Zenyatta with the trans, but actually it's going to be the Mercy who just barely gets that blink off and is going to be able to come back and help the team go, having to just retreat and immediately get clipped. It's a little bit unfortunate. They're going to need that Discord orb to try to start melting them down. Paro 16 is having so much issues trying to clip this D.Va, so we see their own Ashe starting to go into the back line, starting to shoot down, and it's just not enough. The blue team just has so much security, healing, defensive, everything that you can truly think of to be able to win off this fight. Even if the Tracer wants to be able to use the recall to try and win it out, we're not going to be able to see them cap the point. I know it says 3, but I'm pretty sure they did not cap all.
Yeah, I think that's just the script code in case you want to play extra rounds and try some extra things. Yeah, see 2 is reflected there on the actual scoreboard. Right,
Ready for battle.
let's slow things down. Let's talk about some more 5v5 things. Again, Zenyatta is very, very strong. We're going to see a lot of Zenyatta based on what we're seeing here, which is cool. So I think if you're kind of going to test out the 5v5 code, scrim code with friends, or even, you know, as a scrim, just to practice 5v5 in the future, Zenyatta is looking really, really good right now. D.Va looks kind of strong, a little bit more so than I was expecting. One thing I was worried about when reading the Mercy notes in particular was, you know, you can't really pocket damage boost, you know, or heal a target for an extremely long time. I was really worried about how that was going to play into Mercy's Zenyatta comp, because, well, obviously, sometimes you need to give Zenyatta that burst healing. No, you can just make her Zenyatta fly instead. You know, give them one of them souls, give them that angelic blessing, and then they can kind of get you know, they can use that mobility, right? You know, instead of, you know, that extended pocketing.
Yeah, what if Zenyatta had the ability to, like, focus, because Zen can float canonically, so that means Zen can technically increase that floating and fly, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
I think it's more that this angelic blessing thing, you know, the actual cooldown that we put in the game, but yeah, we can pretend Zen can fly on his own as well.
Yeah, listen, that would be such a cool ability with trans. You're able to fly around because you're just harnessing that transcendency.
Yeah.
Right,
let's talk about some other things, because it looks like we're not going to get to see some heroes. So let's quickly talk about one of them, just while I can talk about some time. While we're talking about flying things, let's talk about Sigma. So Sigma does not have a barrier, right? The barrier is gone. It's actually replaced by an ability called Gravitic Jump, right? So essentially, this is an ability that allows you to fly with friends, essentially. So anyone within, like, a small radius of you, if you're a Sigma and you use your Gravitic Jump, it allows you to kind of, like, float in the air. You can go up, down, etc. I think you crouch to... What would be the word to go down? What's that word?
Descending?
Yeah, crouch to descend, and I think you hold your jump button to ascend, and anyone who's in a small radius of you can ascend with you. So you can have a flying Zenyatta if you run Sigma as well.
Not bad, I do have to say. And hopefully we'll actually be able to get to see a little bit of the Echo. If you haven't noticed, that's the character we're kind of hyping up, and I don't want to point out anything too significant until we start to see that ult charge build. But what you did possibly saw in the little pocket of your eye is Echo now has up to 5 stickies. You know, let Echo be more annoying, I'd like to say, as they move in. It's more of a sky battle than anything, as the Genji is going to be able to fly up. Though, we are seeing the Zenyatta going on the flank, getting pocketed by a Mercy and moves in. But look at that, the healing just not enough to kind of give that security, but this is where the team, they feel that confidence. They're able to work as a unit and slowly start melting down the amount of squishies that are there. Even the D.Va, who is absolutely playing Ninjago right now, it's just ninjaing around here. I mean, eventually they are going to be losing their match. They got caught out, but that was some absolute solid snake movement.
Alright, so we're looking for the Echo to build up the ultimate charge. Echo's had a couple of nerfs, so the flight cooldown is longer. So to get up in the air, it takes longer. I think it's a 6 or 7 second cooldown to extend now. So yeah, so Echo is a little bit weaker. Obviously, we talked about how ability makes a hero really strong in this 5v5 test, this Workshop game mode. So Echo was a big worry, so that's why you'll see Echo has a couple of nerfs.
You know, it's understandable. I definitely would have to. It definitely makes some DPS player I know very happy, as he doesn't like Echo. But we just see Echo kind of struggling to get as much value compared to the first game, though that beam does still do a lot of damage, able to take out the Genji, who's trying to escape because it just goes so far. They are going to be able to kind of move back, just fly around, and use those stickies more as just kind of a damage indicator. Like, hey, this person's hit, they're possibly low, they've got hit a lot, let's dive onto them. This just seems to enforce coordination and how you want to be working as a team. Yes, these team fights are often kind of being alone, but they still mean something. Though this Genji, using the blade combined with the Falcon, is able to walk out, gets that dash reset, goes back to the high ground, really takes out the Zenyatta, and then gets taken by the stickies. A little bit too dramatic, if you ask me. Now with the Zenyatta stuck inside of the enemy's line, losing that transcendence, just the, well, no transcendence, more of it. They're trying to escape that bomb to the beach, a small room, but still, Baby D.Va has no room in this game. We even see a swap on the blue side towards that Echo. Ooh, a little duel, but, oh shit, this is our time.
Let's talk about the Echoes, right? Because we're actually duplicate on a line for the red team. Echo has another change, so let's talk about that change in particular. Echo's ultimate. So when you duplicate, you'll notice that your ultimate charge is increased, right? You build ultimate a lot faster. That no longer happens when you duplicate in this 5-5 game mode. It was a little bit too broken, so yeah, you don't actually build faster.
Yeah, for a second you even saw them turn into the Zenyatta. However, they did not build up that trend, which is absolutely significant because they already shot the D.Va 3 times, which already is an indicator that would have killed it. So blue team now taking that advantage because they weren't able to get a really big target like that D.Va or Tracer. They're able to just start moving in and picking them up, which I think gives Echo a lot more significance. These DPS players have a lot more room of flexibility.
Yeah, so when we're looking at Echo, I feel like duplicates, you're no longer kind of doing it for like the burst ultimate, so you maybe not like duplicate Sombra anymore for like an EMP, but maybe duplicating as a Zenyatta, like we just previously seen, for a second Discord orb is probably the best way to use it in the current state of the workshop. I feel like that's the best way, or like a second Tracer for more background threat.
Yeah. They are taking this high ground, though. Oh, how bit unfortunate. Even in 5v5, your ultimates are still going to be beaten. They're pocketing that Zenyatta as much as possible, but it's just not enough. They are continuously moving forward. Blue team isn't afraid to kind of overcommit themselves, pushing this payload as much as possible, forcing the Tracer to try to touch. They may be at a disadvantage in the kind of far fight, but in the close-up fight where the rest of their team are just sitting on that payload, they're able to freely capture it, and then Mercy gets that Echo, who's just trying to escape, and I've got to say, I love the Mercy changes. They look so nice.
Yep. Yeah, looking at this right now, so you just see the red team, or say the blue team capture point B. We mean the point C. Look at the ultimates they have online. So what I'm also curious is snowballs, right? So we know that Overwatch 1 at its current state is a very, very momentum-based game. So as you capture an objective and you have some ultimates ready to go, is it possible, or is it as possible as Overwatch 1 to snowball a second objective and snowball multiple teammates in a row? Or snowball is, of course, when you throw a snowball down a hill, it gains speed and it gets bigger, that sort of thing. So that's those sort of momentum things we're looking for after one.
Yeah, I'd say I would definitely have to agree, though it looks like they're not going to be able to snowball. They immediately, when that fight moved in, even using that copy, but they're not able to get anything out of it. The kind of the copy is more used just to have a more practicality to be able to eat up that damage, but it doesn't help them in the long term. They're going to lose it and go back to their spawn room. Even that Sombra EMP, which was more focused on focusing out 2 targets, wasn't able to get that much.
Yeah, this is kind of interesting. So it does seem that Snowball is usually we would see a Snowball team like that. I don't know if it was part of the Executor or whatever, but I think it was just really good defensive positioning there from the red team. Allowed them to not get full value out of the on the offensive side. So yeah, just good positioning from the defense. I think Snowballs will kind of be equal to what they are in Overwatch 1. Very, very possible. Very, very difficult to deal with. But you can also definitely outplay them.
I definitely have to agree. Finding out that teleporter so the Sombra has no room to escape and their translocated takes very long to kind of come back. This Mercy's not going to feel too scared being alone, though the Zenyatta wishes that they had him going dangerously low. Remake kill's not going to be able to help too much. That beam goes down, but look at that. That was a beautiful save. Unfortunately, we aren't going to be having the end. For some reason, we are having that code end every time, but I think that's because they don't want us to see who wins and who loses. You know, there are no winners in this besides from the devs, who I've got to say, for this 5v5 code to be kind of just an idea, an interpretation of what of a chance that we might be getting is phenomenal, and actually is kind of, for at least for me, I don't know about you, it rejuvenates my love for this game and what I'm interested in.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting. I really enjoy watching Arissa gallop. I really enjoy watching Zenyatta fly, that sort of thing. Yeah, I mean, cool code. I feel like actually what happened was that the timer gets extended at the start, the end of the code cuts off. It's like it's just a bug with Workshop games at the current moment. Secondly, let's talk about some of the other heroes we didn't get to see. Let's talk about, shall we talk about the hero? I think you know the one I'm talking about.
Oh no, you're bringing out the paper. That means you've written it down. You are
I have
ready.
written it down. Let's talk about Mei. So Mei no longer has Blizzard in this workshop mode, has a new ultimate called Avalanche. We talked about Snowballs a little bit earlier, and that's why I talked about it then and not the start of the broadcast. Cheeky little segue into Mei's new ultimate Avalanche. Essentially, Mei, I mean, you have to see it for yourself, but no Blizzard has this new ability where it's kind of similar to Gallop, I think, where you kind of just,
I think it's a lot.
you know what an Avalanche is, right?
Yeah, I think it's a lot stronger, and that's because Mei's new ability, Avalanche, more specifically, it picks up your opponent.
Yeah.
So 3 seconds after reaching a wall, or like, and it lasted for 3 seconds of reaching a wall, it goes boom. That is absolutely monumental. I mean, it does do 50 and maybe a bit more 30 for every roll, so at most doing 90 plus 50, that's like 140 damage at max, correct?
Yeah, it's weird, right? I haven't seen
Yeah.
it in gameplay, so it's hard to comment on what it's going to be like. But new ultimate, I don't think many people like Blizzard as an ultimate, so this is going to be interesting for everyone. And then there's another character with for a new ultimate. So what's Symmetra? So this is another thing to watch out for. There is no more photon barrier when you play the game. Symmetra has an ultimate called Light Clone, which allows you to clone yourself. So actually, the Symmetra moves and does what you do, but inverse. So if I move left, my clone moves right, and if I hold my beam, my clone holds beam, but in opposite directions. So you can kind of flank, I guess, with it and do all sorts of cool stuff. It's essentially like a second little clone for you to have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we saw a tiny bit of Symmetra on Blue Sun, but we may have not picked up on that or anything. But still,
I think it might have been a TP.
Yeah, still, these ideas have been absolutely phenomenal, and I think for a lot of these people, because you guys are going to be able to get your hands on these codes and play them. So you may be seeing a lot more semi-pro teams, even pro teams having fun trying this code out. And you're getting these ideas to where, what can I do with this Mei Snowball? Can I combo with a Diva Bomb? Because no ability feels like it's overpowered or solely taking over a fight. At most, I would say Transcendence, which completely slows down the game for a couple seconds.
Yeah, Transcendence and Zenyatta as a whole looked a little bit busted. Other than that, they looked pretty well balanced. I enjoyed watching the gameplay. We saw quite a number of heroes for 2 maps. And yeah, that's everything we have to show you for the moment. User Intel, do you want to send us out?
Yeah, I've got you right now. I want to thank everybody for watching this game. I want to give a huge shout out to Paris Eternal for even providing us the code. Absolutely massive. Maybe next time you could drop us a little juice. We're a little thirsty out here in this off season, but that's maybe a little bit of trolling. Still, though, thank you. And thank you everyone who's watching. This was produced by Elo Hell, so make sure to give them a lot of love as they're the ones who are helping to provide all this. This is Ocean. You can follow them on their Twitter at Ocean what?
Oceancast GG. You should know this by now. All right, come on.
Yeah, but I've got to let you say it. All right, you've got the accent, okay? Yes, and I'm username _Intel. Either way, we want to thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.